got the engine in and we can't get any tube. We need intake manifold tube and exhaust tube. So we can't get the size we want. So we're going around his yard and he's got two sons who's got a trampoline. My name's Derek Drinkwater. I'm from UK, just south of London, a little place called Chiddingfold. And I'm going to tell you a little about our effort to do Bonneville. So I've got a friend at Klamath Falls, Tim Gray, and we'd bought some trucks off him, bits and pieces, and he knows I'm always up for a challenge. So he phoned me one day and he said, Derek, you want to do Bonneville? And I thought, okay, it's on my bucket list. I haven't got any money. Our season's working in the summer, so I have to work that out. So we decided to take a month off. Now, he found this really cool 31 Chevy, 5-window, just the body. He said, you know, we've got an axle, we've got a few other bits. He said, but while you're in England, I will do the chassis and I'll get it rolling, and then when you come over we can then finish it off together and we can go to Bonneville. And okay, that's pretty cool. So we could only have a month, so we fly out there, we buy a camper to live in. So we're living next to his shop. We turn up in the morning and he says, Derek, he said, look, I've been really busy, I've been hauling hay, I had no time. So at that point, in his shop, we've got a body shell, a front axle, a back axle, and okay, and he's bought some steel, some bits and pieces, and he said, what are we going to do? So the idea was to build a car at that stage, and a little bit more work than I would like, but we get to it. We're working days, nights, weekends, and some, and we need to find a motor. So he then found a Buick, an inline 8, a 320, and I thought this is a good idea. Bad idea actually, because then we do a bit more research and the 320 is quite rare. So trying to find, was it a 320? No, I'm going to stop. It was a 330. 320's the smaller one. It's a 330 we had, which is quite rare. So then trying to find pistons. But of course, the block it's an 8-cylinder, an inline 8. It's massive. So we didn't have an engine left. So we have to turn it on its end. So we're building it on its end and trying to find pistons and then an adapter. But unknowing to me, in England, when you order stuff, because it's so small, you can get stuff quite easily. But in America, it's vast. So a part could come from Texas up to Oregon, which is going to take some time. So we get an adapter, someone else has got a 5-speed box. We're still building the car, waiting for parts. And at this stage, I'm speaking to the tech inspectors because I've built race cars, circuit cars, drag race cars, never a Bonneville car. So we're speaking to the tech. It felt like I was speaking to every other day, trying to get enough roll cage in there and the shapes and fitting it all. And we were racing V-Gold, so it's all pretty period stuff. And we get the engine built, we put it in there, transmission, we got a forward back axle. At this point, we've got suicide doors, and that isn't, we'll tell you about that as we go on. And we think we've done a decent job. We've got the cage in, you know, perspex, window, macroline, I think it is. We've got bars in the screen, and then we've got the engine in, and we can't get any tube. We need intake manifold tube and exhaust tube. So we can't get the size we want. So we're going around his yard and he's got 2 sons who's got a trampoline. So we then steal the boys' trampoline, and we're cutting up this tube to make intake manifold. We're running 2 Rochesters. We've got the inline 8 there. Then we've got to do the pipes. We've done the same tube for the exhaust, and we've got these 8 tubes coming out. And then we get ready to the final point. It was about 2 or 3 in the morning, and we're running out of time. And we fire it up for the first time, and it was wild.
Glad that we actually got fuel through the trampoline into the engine. That's a success.
Oh. That is beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah, your trampoline worked out pretty well, Tim.
Yeah, heck yeah.
So, but what was nice, we're in Clamourford, which is a smallish town, and people were involved. People were dropping in. There was a guy with a Harley, and we needed a little panel. And because we're strapped in, we needed to be able to reach all the instruments. And he then gave us this fender off the Harley, and we put all the switches in it. Someone brought up some headlights. It had had a rag top to it. And I've got sheet metal, and we didn't want to weld it in. And one of the guys from the airbase brought up these rivets from not an F1, American Fighter. And we got these rivets, and I'm like, that's okay, but we need a gun. So the sheriff comes up, and he gives us some rivets. So we're then an old-fashioned rivet gun. So we get the roof done. We get it inspected. We go DFV, get it inspected. We've got all that. We're loaded. So this lady come up who... this guy befriending us, a guy called Niall, and he entertained us doing, he's an old guy, short guy, but he does Elvis. So he entertained us with all the jokes and Elvis impressions and everything. But she made a cake, Bonneville or Bust. So we called it Bonneville Flat Out. So we then go to Bonneville. So we have the journey there, we're at the bend, we're on the salt, and it's heaven. You know, it's like the 8th wonder of the world. And then we queue up for tech. They spent so long in tech, because the problem is I'd been talking to all of the guys about what do we need. So they knew we'd spent 17 days and nights building this car. So, which is a little bit of a tall one, but and the one guy's underneath, and he said, you were in a rush with this, because instead of a nice, neat tubular hoop, we had box section. It wasn't built for speed, it was built for comfort. So they spent 4 hours doing tech inspection, and we failed tech. And they gave us a list of things to do. So we've took our heels and, tail between our heels, and then gone back to the campsite. And then 4 guys, old school guys, hot rodders, come and got involved. Lovely people. And they helped us. We needed 16 foot of more tube. Where do you find that? At Bonneville. There's just not. So they went off, and other people went off. We had to, where we welded 8 exhaust pipes, they had to be all welded together, because the rules state they've got to be complete. So if one comes loose, it doesn't fall off. So all these things we're learning. So we get spanners, pins, and they're all welded together. We had to drill holes in the screen to let enough air in. It's all this extra information that people that've been doing it for years know, and they learn, and you learn, because the information gets passed on. So the guys found this old trolley, this cart with the right size tube that had some bends. So he managed to cut the bends out and fit them in the car. Another guy lends a welder. People were given a hand here, and it's like you're part of a big family, which is moving you, and all they want to do is see you out there. So we eventually get to tech again, and they inspected it, and I do my bailout, which was that in itself is an adventure. So we got out on the salt and we managed to do 65 miles an hour, and it was that year the 65th anniversary, so that was pretty cool. But with the help of one of these old guys, he made aluminium blocks and heads and all sorts for different things. He came out and he had his frame, because he had a job to stand. We're sitting on his frame and we were overcarbed. And he got us to drill a number of little holes on the intake, and then he got the plugs and he changed the plugs and he played around with the plugs a little bit, went back out in the salt, and we got 96 miles an hour. And that was pretty wild. But the coolest thing is that me and my big gob, and we're speaking to Joanne, and she's one of the administration people, and I got talking to her and I said, do you usually have anyone sing the national anthem? And she said, usually we do, but the lady that usually does it can't make this year. And I said, we've got both our daughters over here at the moment, and one of them does classical singing. And it just gives me goosebumps just thinking about it. And I said, do you want her to sing? And she said, well, let me listen to her. And, so she went off and we prepped her first of all, and she went off. So on the start of the race, there's all those teams and all those people in the middle of somewhere that's heavenly. And our daughter is, I'm choked already, is singing the national anthem at Bonneville for the start of the race. And that's just, it's just magical, it's just wild. Yeah, pretty cool. So you can follow me on social media. That's Derek Drinkwater on Facebook, or Derek Drinkwater 48 on Instagram.